Hey everyone, Alex here. Now if you've taken one of my bandsaw box classes, well, you've used one of my jigs. This is really handy, especially when you're trying to do bandsaw boxes and you're trying to cut the front and the back off, or the drawers, things like that. You want that cut as accurate as possible, and this will give you as clean a cut as you can get. Not to mention that little stop is pretty darn handy for setting your walls, thicknesses, things like that. Now, the way that I make this jig is really kind of simple. You may already have a miter bar spare that you can use. This is the miter bar that I'm using for this is the Incra. Of course, you can buy these at Woodcraft. I believe it's part number 149882. Now, the reason that I like this bar, it's adjustable so it can fill that miter slot so you don't have any slop. It does have a T-slot which you can attach to both ends, and if you don't have a T-slot, obviously just leave it out. Now I've attached this to some good old melamine here. Now you can buy this stuff at pretty much any specialized lumber dealer that does carry a lot of different plywoods. Now I like to use this double-sided melamine plywood for my jigs. Reason being, it's smooth on both sides. Obviously slides on the table well, and your projects will fit smoothly into place and lock against your stop there. Now, the other reason I like the double-sided, not just the single-sided, the double-sided doesn't warp like the single-sided will if it gets moisture on the bottom side. So that's why I like the double-sided. Now, I've cut mine, the ones that we've used in most of the classes, are 16 inches wide by 12 inches. That's not the Bible. You can make it any size you want, but that's the size that we use in the classes. Now, the other thing that I like to do is I want a stop. Now, you can just use a clamp with a piece of wood to hold it into place if that's what you have. I've done that many a times. Or you can get these little stops that you can get at Woodcraft. They come in various different sizes, and they have, some have T-bolts, larger T-bolts. You can use a regular hex head bolt or a carriage bolt if you do the cut the way that I show you. And the reason I say that, you can buy these T-slots, or what's better known as a keyhole bit, but they're just a little bit too small. So I got to looking, and T-slots are pretty easy to find, but they're usually very large. The other problem with a true T-slot, it has no cutter down the shank. So I use a 5/16 inch straight cut so that basically I can cut that groove first, leave my fence in place. Then I use this particular bit, which is a white side T-slot. Now, I haven't found it in too many different manufacturers. However, Whiteside does sell it. And of course, you can get this through Woodcraft. And the part number through Woodcraft is a 98389. Now, the reason I stress that is it's the perfect size to fit all those different types of heads on the bolt. So you're not limited as to what screw assembly or lock assembly you use. So you can use large or small bolts, or you can just buy a bolt from the hardware store and use it as well. But the way that I do this is I start with my 5/16 inch bit and I cut my groove, leave the fence right in place. Then I use the T-slot to come right back in. That way it cuts it out dead perfect every time, and I can make it any thickness of wall that I want, because this wood is going to crush and crack, and it will eventually need to be replaced. But for a bandsaw, it is perfect, because when you cut on a bandsaw, you can see you actually touch the fence, and we don't want one of those metal tracks in the way hitting it. And the way that I do this is I actually set this up. My board is 3 inches tall, and I do that on purpose, mainly because you're going to be cutting into it, so you want this as stable as possible. This is an 1.75 inches wide. 2 inches works just fine. That way, when you attach this to your board, and your bar, now we can actually adjust, tighten, and we've got a stop for our drawers, for our back wall, for just about anything that you want to cut. Or you can also use it as a jig for straight edge cutting. If you've got a board that isn't perfectly even, sometimes it's difficult to get a straight edge on that. And so using this, we can get a straight edge using the bandsaw, which in the past you haven't. Now, that being said, you need to be able to set your saw up. So if you want to see how that's done, we want to set it up the exact same every time. That way we get a straight cut. And we'll show you that in the next video.